And here we go. The final episode, sort of Heroes Unlimited. Heathen Dog steps up. He bites the nail on the head. He says, I will do it. I will make a character, because everybody says making a character in Palladium is so difficult, so horrible, so that P word he hates. It's not. Actually, creating a character can be quite fun, especially in Heroes Unlimited. And if you've watched any of the past videos you saw, we talked about all these different power categories, all the things that you can do, the diverse cast of characters you can make in this. And we had a vote. We had a poll. You guys decided. Experiment 1. So let me do that. And now Heathen Dog can take over everything and like, subscribe, and share. There. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know what? I got to do this. RPG Digest is a live stream podcast discussion, not a concise step-by-step tutorial. We may deviate off topic and go on tangents. Enjoy. Please play your games through these 3 core values right there. Oh, you've got a comment, Heathen Dog.
All right, we'll get to it later.
Dolly Pop commented to you about RP Gate.
Okay.
You can follow us on our website. Join us on our Discord. Discord's been going great. Locals, and buy our stuff on Redbubble. It's funny. I'm selling more things on TeePublic, and I don't even advertise TeePublic.
Nice.
I have less stuff there, So, and this is our live stream schedule. I'm just gonna put that up there. You can figure it out from there. Hopefully you can tell time and understand what's going on. If not, post a comment. We'll talk about it.
Okay. So, like he said, there was a poll. There was a semifinal and a finals, and experiment 1. So I decided to make an experimental character. Okay. That's great. Now remember, when you make a character, it has to go through at least 2 sets of eyes, you and the game master, before it hits the table. I made this myself, so there could be problems. I even found some problems this morning that I had to rush to fix before we went live. I may not have fixed them all.
That's how much agency he takes away from people. He plays both you and the game master.
Exactly. So I'm going to go step by step on how to make an experimental power category character, how to get skills, how to apply them, all the bonuses, all the minuses, get your powers, and make your character sheet.
Wait. Violence solves everything. I literally had every single power category as an option. We had 2 polls, or 3 polls actually. 1 poll to set up, the winners of each of those, or 2 polls to set up the winners, and then those winners were put in another poll, and it came,
and then a finals. Yeah. And experiment 1, I would have rather had robot. Robot would have been awesome. I'd have really shown how to robot shine. But experiments today, and that's what we're doing. Let's check it out. Here we go. Now, according to the book, these are the steps how you do it.
I love how you said that.
You choose your power category, or you roll it. And I would normally roll it, but this was chosen by poll. You roll your attributes. Then you roll your education and skills. Then you roll your powers, and then you put it all together along with all the optional background stuff, like birth order and how is your family life and height, weight, stuff like that. As long as you're not outside the norm, it's fine. Everything's fine. But that's not how I did it, because Kevin has a big problem in getting stuff wrong. This is how I did it, because in step 2, it gives you the option. If you look at the last paragraph in that, it says it may be prudent to first determine the nature of one's super abilities and side effects before selecting skills. In this way, the player can select skills that will complement his character, and so on. So I decided to do powers and side effects first, and then education and skills afterward. The game allowed me to do it. That's fine. It's fine. So, power category. Like I said, normally you would roll it. Here's the table, but it was a poll, so we chose experiment. That's what we're doing. Attributes. Now, I rolled 3d6 up to down. Didn't change a thing. I will stress this. Nowhere in Heroes Unlimited does it say you have to go up to down. It says you have to roll 3d6 and you have to assign a roll to each of your attributes. It doesn't say in order.
In fact, when he told me about that, I said I wouldn't have done it that way. I would have figured out what I was first and then put them in last.
But I wanted to show you that you can go up and down and still have a viable character. Look at this. Look at this mook. Look at physical prowess, 8, physical endurance 6. I'm a clumsy
you're going to get
asthmatic
punched
idiot.
and it's going to hurt.
Yeah, this is bad. I mean, physical endurance 6, that's a base of 6 hit points. Oh my God, this has got to suck. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Physical attributes are the easiest to change with skills, the absolute easiest. So I decided to leave it.
To be fair, we talked about that a bunch of times through the course. Now
Yes.
we can see. Well, hopefully, I actually don't know how his character is going to come out here, but hopefully we can see that in action.
Yep. So let's see what happens next. Experiment. This is the first roll in the experiment. How were you experimented on? What did they do to you? What was the nature of the experiment? I rolled a 33, some kind of radiation or unknown energy. Okay, kind of like Vita rays or whatever from Captain America or gamma radiation or whatever. It happened, but it was a purposeful experiment, or was it? Let's find out. There's another roll. What type of experiment was it? Could be a deliberate attempt, some kind of accidental exposure, or a deliberate attempt to alter my genes to make me a mutate. Could be any of this. What did it turn out to be? I rolled a 3. So it was a deliberate and successful attempt to create a human with
Yeah.
superhuman powers, but results cannot be duplicated.
But you know why? Because you couldn't move. You're tripping over yourself and busting your face on the sidewalk every time you fell over.
Now, I want to stress that in Palladium, there is no detriment for having low stats. I could have a PE of 1. The only detriment is I have 1 hit point base, but you get no minuses to anything.
Doesn't Heroes Unlimited do the Rifts thing where if you have a 5 or lower?
No.
I know none of those are 5 or lower, but
Nope.
5 or lowers actually in Rifts do give you detriments.
Not in Heroes Unlimited.
Okay, good.
There is no minus for a low stat.
Okay.
All right. So, who was the experimenter? Who was the organization, or what was the organization that actually did this to me? Let's find out. Could be private industry, could be a medical research facility, military, or some kind of secret organization. Let's find out. I rolled a 62, straight up military. They're hey, the army's looking for a few good men. If they can't find one, they'll make them.
Son, you are never going to make it in this man's army, but I got an option for you.
We got a plan B. I took plan B. There you go. So now that we know what happened to me, why it happened, and who did it, well, how do I get along with them moving forward? This is the status. Huge long thing. I know you can't read it, but these are all the different circumstances and relationship you can have with your sponsoring organization. The important part is I rolled a 54, which means I ran away. They are actively hunting me.
I don't like the military. This place sucks.
Maybe they were doing some shady stuff. Maybe they wanted me to murder, death, kill like kids and women and stuff. I don't know. But whatever happened, I was like, nope, I'm out. And I ran away. Now, it's still a secret. I'm still a secret. So they're not actively to have APBs out on me, but they have people looking for me. So now that we got our background out of the way, now we can look at powers. There are 2 ways you can make an experiment. You can roll on super abilities, or you can choose the super soldier option. This is a complete player's choice. The GM is not involved in this. So I could roll for just regular super abilities or choose super soldier. Now, since I was in the military and they were purposefully looking for a super soldier, I decided thematically choosing the super soldier option would be the way to go. So that's what I did. You get 1 minor ability and 3 super soldier abilities. Both of these are rolled randomly. Let's find out what happened. This is the super soldier list. It's a list of, I think, 9 things, nine or 10 things that that could have happened to you during the super soldier process. Increase speed, increase hand-eye coordination, which would be awesome for my character. Increase physical strength, increase toughness, which would also be awesome for my character. All kinds of stuff. Let's see what I got. I rolled a 38, 89, and 26. I got mind-body attunement, so my mind and body are more one. Action
and your ME
thought.
was already kind of high, wasn't it? Well, I shouldn't say high, but it was definitely way above average, like a 14, right?
Well, like I said, it doesn't matter until you hit 16. Everything's the
Okay.
same until you hit 16. So it doesn't matter. But the mind-body attunement is your mind and body are closer between thought and action. Like there's less gap between thinking about doing something and doing it. So you get bonuses to initiative, you get bonuses to dodge, roll with punch fall, because your reaction time is so much faster. And I got a bionic sensor system. I get to choose 6 of 9 bionic implants that are all sense based. Awesome.
Go gadget.
Exactly. And I have increased physical speed. This triples my speed attribute.
So 36.
Well, no, it triples it after all of the skills are applied.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, skills are applied and then powers are applied. That's how it works. So that's great. Triples, it gives me bonuses to initiative, save versus horror factor, possession. I don't know why that is, but no, that's for mind body attunement. For the physical speed, gives me bonuses to initiative, to dodge, to roll with punch fall. However, I'm a little bit hyperactive. That's fine. But I have a minor power yet. I have a minor power to roll. Let's roll that.
But while you get into that, so $6 million man, no, this would be more.
No. Closer than you think.
Really? Because you
Wait
don't
until
have
I
the
get to the
bionic
end.
body, you just have the sensors, I thought.
No, but the increased physical speed has me going about 60 miles an hour.
But it isn't through bionic. Fine.
Yeah. So I roll on the random superhero minor ability table, and I rolled a 26. Radar. What does radar give me? Well, it gives me the ability to, within 400 feet, have radar. And it gives me bonuses to initiative, more bonuses to initiative, parry and dodge, to strike, an additional attack per melee round. And because of blindness or complete darkness or whatever, I have no minuses because I have radar. Now, of course, radar was less effective in fog and rain, and almost not effective at all in sandstorms or chaff areas, or whatever.
Blocked by
If there's
windows.
physical things in the air blocking it, radar is less effective. That's how it works. But those are very situational. For most part, I got some pretty good stuff going on, and it really ties into my bionic sensor suite. I also have radar. Okay, so thematically, we're doing great so far. Let's move on. Hit points. Now, hit points and SDC, these are all soft stats. They're going to be really affected by skills. But your initial hit points are your PE attribute, your physical endurance, plus a D6. I rolled, in this case, a 6. So right now, my base is 16 hit points. And for SDC, all experiments have a base of 40. This is affected by skills, powers, and abilities. So it's going to change, but my base starting is 40. So let's see our education. You have to roll education level. There's a huge chart. Max Liao's problem with his character is like, everyone gets PhD. No. I roll. What did I roll? I rolled a 64, 3-year college equivalent. That means
you were trying to go to OTS. You needed to finish up that last year. You took this.
It didn't work out. They offered me the program, right? I was like, all right. So I got 3 skill programs. All of the skills inside those programs are at plus 15% base start. So I get a 15% bump, one time only, to each of the skills in the programs, and 8 secondary skills. Secondary skills can only be chosen from a specific secondary skill list, and I made sure to stick to that list. Now, I want to tell you that there's one slide that mysteriously disappeared. I don't know where it went. It was the experimental side effect. Now, I don't like the experimental side effect because it is not optional. It is not an optional role. But for mutants who have a much better power table to roll from, their mutant side effect is absolutely optional. Player optional. You don't need it. The one I got was I get nourishment from energy. So I don't need to eat or drink as long as I get 6 hours of sunlight, 200,000 amps of energy, it should be watts because that's actual power, or sufficient heat or other kind of form of energy to give me nourishment.
Is your name
and I
Tesla?
never fatigue as long as I have that much energy per day, which is cool. Sorry, it wasn't on here. I don't know where the slide went.
But did you name your character Tesla?
No, I did not.
Oh.
No. So 3 college skills. It's all going to intersect feminism. No, it's not. It says college equivalent. Equivalent.
I got one question for you since we're at a pause. Not this one. Just 1 second. Yes, I was gonna save it till later, but does radar work underwater? Do you need sonar for that?
You need sonar for that.
That's
That's a
what I
different power. If you have radar, water is considered a solid object. It's just opaque. Nothing. You need sonar. All right. So skill programs. Now, in Heroes Unlimited, everyone gets 4 basic skills, no matter what you rolled. You rolled no education. I was born in the bayou. You still know this. You can speak your
Yeah, if
native
you're born in the
language
bayou,
at
do
98%.
you really get native language?
Yes. You can speak your native language at 98%. So English, Mandarin, German, French, whatever, 98%. Literacy, as long as you have some kind of high school education, that is, if you roll like a 20 or higher on the D100 for education, you get literacy in your native language at 98%. If you have street school or no school at all, then you have to go with the starting literacy rate, which I think is something like 35 or 45%, something like that. Math basic, 45%, and pilot automobile at 50. Everyone gets these. Now, to my 3 skill programs. Physical skill program, wrestling, acrobatics, boxing, and gymnastics. Now, Max over here does not like boxing. He doesn't like the idea of it. He doesn't like what it does.
No,
I don't
I
care.
don't like the extent of it. Like in and
Yeah.
of itself, if it was
How
focused,
expansive it is.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, I want my character to be good.
Well, but you're also doing this by the rules of the game. That's what you're supposed to do.
This is completely by the rules of the game. And so I took these. Took wrestling, acrobatics, boxing, and gymnastics. All of them have a percentage
Acrobatics
for
and
like
gymnastics.
tightrope walking or back flipping or whatever. I didn't muddy this slide with all of those percentage rolls. They're there. You can look them up later. But I did show what bonuses they give to physical stats. And as you can see, +2 to strength, +1 to endurance, +1 to prowess, +1 more to endurance, +2 more to strength, +2 more to strength, +1 more to physical prowess, +2 more to endurance. You see, all of these increase physical skills greatly.
One thing I want to add, you're talking about those skills. You can use things like backflip, which comes with either acrobatics or gymnastics. I forget which one. To actually get out of a fight.
Yes.
So there are uses for those skills.
Hand-to-hand combat range. Yes.
Yeah.
You can use it as a kind of move action, move out of range. And then we have the military skill program because I'm in the military, right? That's where they recruited me. So I went through basic training, and the basic military skill program is this: running, climbing, basic radio operation, military etiquette, and they teach you how to shoot a rifle. There you go. And you get another +1 to physical endurance, speed, which will come very, very important later, and more SDC, which I crapped on that roll.
Did you only roll an 8 for your 44?
Yeah, I crapped out on a lot of rolls here, but all of the rolls I've made are in our Discord under the die roller. They're all completely transparent. And then the espionage skill program. After they enhanced me, they found out what my augments were and decided, you know what? He'd be a really good scout/spy. He's got radar, he's got bionic implants. We can put whatever we want in there. Maybe he'd be a good spy. So the espionage skill program gives you martial arts, the intelligence skill, detect ambush, wilderness survival, tracking, and sniper. Hey, they already trained me in a rifle. Sniper gives you a +2 to hit on an aim shot with a rifle. Okay. Sounds good to me. Now, secondary skills. Like I said, there is a list of skills in the book that you can choose as secondary skills. It's limited, but I get 8 of them. These are the ones I chose. Athletics and prowl, because for some reason I didn't get prowl. I couldn't get prowl anywhere else. And if I want to be sneaky, I need that. It's only at 27, but that happens. First aid, because if I'm a scout and I get cut, I got to bandage myself up. So I took that. Weapon skills. I wanted more weapons, a pistol and a knife. This seemed ideal, right? Especially if you're out on the lone in your wilderness in the desert or whatever, you want a knife, right? You
It's
want to be
also
able
a
to
very
use it.
military feel to it as well.
Exactly, right? You got a survival
like some
knife
sort of
and your
weird
sidearm. It makes sense.
That's some sort of weird pole arm. Like, where did you learn that in your military
Yeah,
training?
exactly. I want to make this make sense. So a pistol and knife is something that they would teach you. Wilderness skills, land navigation and hunting. I might be out in the jungle or in the desert or wherever for long periods of time. I might run out of MREs. Gonna need to hunt. Hunting
and
gives you bonuses
motorcycle
to other
because he
skills.
wanted to be Tom Cruise and Top Gun.
There you go. There it is. Hunting gives you bonuses and other skills as well. Prowl, wilderness survival, stuff like that. I've already factored in those bonuses. and pilot skill. I wanted to be able to ride a motorcycle. I want to be able to ride a motorcycle. You know, motorcycle's cool. I could have chosen airplane, but you can't just, hop on an airplane and go, right? I mean, you can take a motorcycle off of a passerby and use it and then be good, but it's harder to appropriate an airplane. So I'm thinking a little ahead here, right? All right, now it's
Okay, before
choose
you
an
do that,
alignment time.
let's go to the comments that were about your skills.
Okay.
It's just 2. Takes acrobatics to do gymnastics. He did follow it up within the real world because it's not like that in the game.
Yeah, it's not like that in the game, right?
That's another thing I don't like. I don't like the piling up of gymnastics and acrobatics. I say take one or the other. But again, he's doing it by the rules. So, and then I call BS on the military training. It's not like that when I went through basic. Remember, this is for a game, guys.
Yes, for a
game
game.
Assumes that you're going to learn radios and
keep it simple, stupid. What else we got?
That's it. I just want to put those to it.
All right, good. All right, the alignment. Now, this is Heroes Unlimited, so these are your 3 heroic alignments. Heroic-ish. Unprincipled, selfish is still considered a good alignment. I chose scrupulous because there was a reason I ran away from the military, and I wanted to make it because they wanted to have me be an assassin, and that's not my bag. So I ran.
That is because you didn't like to be outside.
Yeah. Plus, once I'm in the woods, they probably can't find me. I'm like Rambo. It's great. First blood, baby. Only I'm not going to kill folk. Now, this is the rounding out the character part. All of this stuff is optional. Equipment, I decided to have nothing. I ran away.
You literally ran away yesterday.
I ran away yesterday. This is when it starts, the day after I ran away. I have no armor, no weapons, no nothing. But I do have $1,900. I was able to grab that on my way out. $1,900. That was it. That was all I had in my checking account.
The ATM that we got in basic training. You cashed
it
out.
The little ATM card we have in basic training. That's all I could get out of it. Like, damn it. Oh well, whatever. Then you choose your height, your weight, your age, your disposition, family origin, whatever, reason for being a hero. It's all up to you. It's all completely up to you. This is all flavor. So this is building your backstory, building your character. And then we have the character sheet. Now I'm going to try and embiggen this. But if you have to embiggen it on your own, then
can't do control in your mouse wheel to get zoomed in.
Control in your mouse wheel should embiggen it, as you can. But I will go ahead and read it off as much as I can. Right here. Here we go. Boom. And go to my Google Drive. Here's a limited character. Come on. I should have had this open already. I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
While you're doing that, Kevin Sullivan says there are 216 pages of Tassius Army Common Task Manual. If anything, there aren't enough skills under military. Again, it depends, because I can tell you, like, going through Air Force basic training, I definitely learned more than what's on that list theoretically, but I also didn't learn how to use a radio. I didn't learn how to use a radio until I was in a mobility unit.
Fair.
So I
but
think
we went through Air Force basic training, Army basic training, and Marine basic training could be different.
Absolutely. And this is just to facilitate having some skills to represent the concept of being a soldier in the game. It's not about being exactly what you get from basic training, AIT, tech school, whatever you want to call it, wherever you go.
Yep. Now, what I want to draw attention to is the physical stats. Now, if you remember, my physical prowess and physical endurance were an 8 and a 6. They were garbage. I was a clumsy asthmatic butthead. Now, they're 10 and 11. Perfectly average. Perfectly serviceable. And my physical strength is now a 19, which is an exceptional stat. It gives me bonuses to damage, +4 to damage. For all hand-to-hand combat. That's great. And I can lift and carry a lot more. Let's see what else. Scrupulous. Hit points, 17. Remember, I rolled a 6 on my D6, so that plus my PE is 17. SDC, 81. I started with 40, and through all of my physical skills, I got an extra 41. Let's see. Age 23, sex male, 5'10", 170. That's all, that's all fluff. Lift is 760 pounds. I can deadlift. Carry is 380. Maximum carry for amount of time is 44 minutes. While running, it's 22 minutes. and holding up my max weight, 11 rounds. I can hold up that 670 pounds over my head for 11 rounds. Great. Running 54 miles per hour. That's what a speed of 78 over the ground gives you.
Cheetah can still catch up to you.
A cheetah can, but I can do that for much longer than a cheetah can. I can keep up that pace for a number of rounds equal to my PE, I believe. So that's 11 rounds. So 11 times 15 seconds, couple minutes, minute or so at least. Equipment, none. I don't have any. And you can see all of my saving throws here. I don't have a lot in the way of bonuses because my PE and my ME are not exceptional. So I don't get any bonuses for magic, don't get any bonuses against toxins and diseases, don't get any bonuses for extreme cold or drugs or whatever. But through my my powers and such, I do get bonuses to horror factor, possession, and that's about it. Yeah.
Do you have the ability? Do you have the ability to control zoom in on that, or to change the percentage of view to like 150 or 200 or something?
I don't think
because I know how you're presenting it, so you may not.
Yeah, because I'm presenting it through StreamYard.
So can you slowly read down the 8 attributes one more time? Just so people can see how it started from that first slide, and then actually, because it's even difficult for me to see, and I have it almost full screen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to share in a different way.
Okay.
I'm going to share screen. Share tab.
Remember, a lot of skills in games like Palladium or D&D without, a really hardcore skill system, et cetera, can be like, hey, I was in the military. Do I have a chance to know this? And the game master can just say, yeah. Don't be tied to a character sheet as if it's a spreadsheet that's the only thing that you could ever have in your life. Well, it doesn't say I know how to make macaroni and cheese on here, so I can't do it.
No, it looks like I can't even make it bigger here. Come on, man. Seriously? Yep, I hold down shift or hold down control and nothing happens.
Yeah. All right.
That sucks.
The other way to do it, but we don't have time for that, would be convert it to a PDF and then bring it up in Acrobat.
Yeah, we don't have time to do it. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and read off my
Well, read it off while you're showing the original stats. Then people can see the bonus that you got for those skills.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so original intelligence is 11. Guess what? Intelligence still 11. There aren't a whole lot of things that increase your intelligence. So there's nothing to do. Mental endurance 14. Started with 14. Mental affinity 11. Started with 11. Physical strength started with 11, ended up with 19.
Nice.
Physical prowess started with 8, ended up with 10. Physical endurance started with 6, ended up with 11. Physical beauty, 13 and 13.
So anything that started way below average was bumped up to the high end of average. So you're good.
Yeah, definitely. Or average at least, yeah. And speed. Here's the one. What does it say? 13?
Speed, yes, says 13. I'm sorry, I was reading chat.
Yeah, 13. And it ended up being 78.
78?
78. Went from 13 to 78. Triple is a real big thing.
Yeah.
Triple Apparently is a big deal. No joke.
So if you looked at those attributes and even said, well, that 19, well, good, still isn't, there are going to be probably 3 other characters in the group stronger than you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but how many characters are going to have a 78 in running?
Yeah, well, unless they have the superpower of,
sure,
sonic speed or the.
But that's something that's taken care of during character creation / session 0, when it's like, hey guys, I got the speed. It's kind of my one trick here. Somebody else wants to be fast. That's cool, but can I have this one?
Yeah. Now I didn't have time to put in all the attacks and stuff like that for specifically for pistol, knife, and rifle, but I did have time to put in the basic stuff that I got from all of my powers and such and whatnot. So I'm going to read that off on the bottom. You really can't see it. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's just the way it is. So let's see here. Initiative ended up being a total of +7, which is really good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, +7 initiative. Going first is awesome. Damage for physical attacks +4. So knife and punches +4. It's great. Strike +2. Parry +5, I believe. And dodge +6. Roll with punch fall. I believe that is also a 5. I mean, even I'm having trouble reading it. That's awesome.
Well, to be fair, like we said, in case it isn't in the segment, at the beginning of the stream, we said that he had this all done, but
I had it all done, and then I forgot a couple things that messed up the entire character sheet, so I had to go to this one. Roll with punch fall +6, pull punch +3. That's your basic stuff. So +2 to strike, +5 to parry, +6 to dodge, +6 to roll with punch fall, and +3 to pull punch. This is all from skills, because none of my physical skills and physical strength, my physical prowess is not high enough to augment any of this. So this is all basically skills, except for the +4 damage. That's it. With a knife, you can add another 1 at level 1 for knife, pistol, and rifle. Except I also have the sniper skill, which means I get a +2 to an aimed shot.
Which an aim shot in this game is anything that's just a single shot on an action. So if you have 6 actions per round, you can take 6 aimed shots.
Oh yeah, I have 6 actions per round, or 5 actions per round if my radar is befouled by, say, a sandstorm or rain or whatever. But normally 6. Now, the bionics I chose are also linked to the radar super ability. I got motion detection. That means I can detect all motion within 10 feet of me. So as long as an attack starts with 10 feet of me, I cannot be surprised. I have no minuses for being attacked from behind. I have heat sensor, which means I have thermographic vision for a certain radius. I have a radio scrambler. That means I can hook up a radio to my bionic implant and instantly have completely secure communication.
Which is good for a scout that's moving at 54 miles an hour.
I have a electronic bug detector. That means I can detect if there are any electronic surveillance in my area. I have an explosives detection module, which means I can detect if there are any bombs in the area. And I have a radiation detector. I can detect if
we now know why you got out. You were sick and tired of being EOD.
That's right. So those are the 6 bionic sensor implants that I chose. And all of that I was chosen because it makes me a really, really good scout and spy. Do they have nukes? Do they have bombs? Where's the artillery stored in the enemy camp? Do they have any surveillance? How many people are there? Where are they located? What's their guard schedule? I could find all this out from 400 feet away with my radar and all of my bionic implants without even entering the complex.
Got a couple of comments here. One of them I completely disagree with. We'll start with this one.
Which is?
If you want skills to boost mental stats, with physical stats get boosted, you want Rifter 19, go mental article.
Okay, good news is, I know why you have a problem with that. I have a problem with that as well. We're only using the main book. That's all we're using.
No, this is good information. This is actually the one I don't have a problem with, but I will say, because I agree with you conceptually on what you said there, I'm glad it's in another book, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't always accept what's in another book. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. And there was a possibility of me rolling a super soldier power that gives me an IQ boost to 20. So,
and then here's the one I actually disagree with. I don't think I would enjoy playing this character, but it's a nice average, even if a little on the low side.
This is not on the low side. This character is very playable. Absolutely playable. Just the initiative and dodge and parry bonuses alone are way above what most characters start with, unless they have like a 27 physical prowess.
Yeah.
The initiative modifier +7 is no joke. Initiative is hard to come by starting off at level 1, it's hard to come by. Really
and
is.
remember, Palladium is meant to be rolled 3d6 straight to, or 3d6. I go with the place how you want, but the 3d6, because there are other races, especially when you get to aliens, that get 4d6 to here and 2d6 to there. If you start doing that with humans, well, I do 4d6 reroll ones, well, then you're really screwing over the aliens.
Right.
May as well just say there are no aliens in the game. And you're going to want to give your bionic and robotics guy probably another million or two.
Oh, and speaking of that, Shadow and Sus says most of these bionics can be purchased by anyone with a little knowledge and a couple of grand. Yes. Now, here's the cool thing. You're not taking away from the bionic category character because you came with bionic. So as a GM, I would allow this character to get 1 or 2 more bionic augments. 1 or 2, not all. You're not going to get a full conversion. No, none of that nonsense. But another 1 or 2 things, maybe night vision if you want it, or a finger gun or whatever, 1 or 2 little things. I may go so far as a limb replacement, maybe, but I'm thinking smaller. Yeah, absolutely fine. I would have no problem with that whatsoever.
Oops. I was so playing Superman every time gets boring, and this game isn't intended to have Superman. The closest you get is the Mega Hero, and even that
I did roll for that. I did roll for that in Discord.
Yeah, I saw that,
and I didn't get it.
So the character is not a combat monster. Not every character needs to be a combat monster. Fair.
Exactly.
Now, the only thing that I would say that maybe has got me a little like, ooh, on this character is if somebody were to roll up some superpowers, like a mutant, to roll up some superpowers that negates this character's increased speed and initiative just by going that route.
You would have to have 2 minor powers that would completely negate me.
Right. But you get what I'm saying. Like, but that's something that's easily worked out at the table.
Yeah, you can work that out at the table. It's fine. But if you have exceptional speed, minor power, and the exceptional hearing minor power, you have just as good an initiative as me, as many attacks as me, but you run at 220 miles an hour instead of 54.
Right. And this would just start to become game breaking. I think. Well, since I gave humans 46 plus 1, I'll give that alien who gets this bonus here 66 now.
The aliens have their own table. Are they from a low gravity planet, a high gravity planet? Do they have chitinous armor? They get their own thing. All right, they get their own specialness.
But that's why you have to keep the humans at 3d6 though.
Exactly. Yes. Everyone's at 3d6, and then your power category adds on to that. If you're a robot, you get robotic strength right out of the gate. That's the same as superhuman for lifting and carrying. If you're an alien, you get to roll your planet of origin, or if you have an alien race in mind, you use that alien race and you get their bonuses. Fine. But everyone starts off with a 3d6.
It's a heroic game, but your attributes don't make it heroic. It's your play and
actions. It's your actions that make you heroic. I mean, he's got radar sense. He has excellent hand-eye coordination because of his mind-body attunement and his radar. He is a level 1 Daredevil.
If you don't think that +7 initiative and running 54 miles an hour is super, not super.
Think of Daredevil, right? He has no superhuman strength. He has no superhuman durability. At level 1, he's the same as me. I have acrobatics, gymnastics, athletics. I have radar sense. I have mind-body attunement. He's Daredevil at level 1. The Daredevil in the comics is level 13. When I get to level 13, I'm going to be Daredevil.
Now, what was it that normal humans have for SDC? It was 10, right?
A normal
10.
Joe.
So what does this character have for SDC?
Base of 40, end up with 87.
So theoretically, right there, let's just say, just put all things being equal, you can take on 9 people at one time. Again, I know there's a lot of factors in that.
A lot of factors involved, but yes,
a person with 2 attacks.
My physical, resistance to damage is equivalent to over 8 people.
And you have 6 attacks per round. Person has 2, 4, hand-to-hand basic, and so you're definitely a step above most of the things. Not everybody you're going to be fighting is going to be a super.
No, but the hand-to-hand attacks alone, most people at level 1 will start with 4, maybe 5.
Yeah.
4, maybe 5. You get 2 for being alive, 2 for having expert or martial arts hand-to-hand combat, and then you may have 1 more from a power or skill. I have 6.
I mean, this guy's taking out gang members, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, just like Daredevil, this is a street level crime guy, and that's completely fine, you know? Absolutely fine.
And Shadow and Sun, I agree with you on that. Let's get this off the screen.
Okay.
I agree with that. This isn't my cup of tea type of character either, but not because it's weak. But I like to do, you know, I'd rather be a robot. Okay.
Yeah, you would have.
I want a new arm. What's that?
You would have rolled superpowers if you had to roll an experiment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would. But that doesn't make this wrong. It just means it's not my type. I like to play the hardware guy, but that's because well, you're all beating up stuff. I'm fixing you up. I'm fixing the stuff up. I'm getting you your tech. I do that when I play Star Wars as well. I like to play the mechanic in Star Wars D6, where everybody else like, I'm flying the ship and I'm the Jedi. All right, you're all gonna break down at some point.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the missing slide that had me roll on my side effect. I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to put this slide. I'm going to make it available in the Legion of Myth Google Drive in the public area, so you'll all be able to look at it and go slide to slide and zoom in, which I couldn't have you do right now, and zoom in. And hopefully Max will remember to put the link to that in the description when this goes live. You already forgot? All right, that's fine.
A little pedantic there, but okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But I think someone who has radar, 360-degree sense, motion detector, can see heat, radiation, and has secure communication to any place in the world. That's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
And a good game master will find absolutely ways of making that work. What if the target that you're fighting? Okay, anybody watching The Boys right now?
Yeah.
What's that super soldier? What's Jensen Ackles' character? Dean. What's Dean's character's name again? Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah. Guess who can now sense him from 400 feet away because he's just walking radiation.
That's true. Yeah, he's radioactive. So yeah, I know exactly where he is. And the bionic power allows me to not only sense the radiation but pinpoint the origin and how far away it is.
Again, it all depends on your game, the setting that you're working on, and so forth. So yeah, I like the character. I think it fits in, but maybe as we get into next week's things, you'll say probably be more viable in that game than this one, but we'll see. How would this character not be tracked in seconds by the people who created him? Because it's a cinema.
Yeah, you have to, come on. It's a comic booky type game. So I got away from the military organization that made me. I pulled out the tracking chip that they put in my bionics.
A motorcycle pulled up and said, "Get on if you want to live."
Or I stole a motorcycle or a car. I can drive both. And I got away, dumped the motorcycle and bike. Oh, I rolled to see if I got to keep the car. I didn't get a car.
You didn't? Isn't it like 80% or something?
Yeah, it's 80% chance. I didn't get a car. So I had to dump the car and then go underground. But with all of my skills, my wilderness survival skill, my tracking, my detect ambush skill, all of that helps me evade capture. So that's how I did it.
And remember, this world it's known to have superheroes. It's known to have supervillains.
Yes.
They're going to worry about somebody that's trying to take down a building more than the guy hiding out in the woods.
Right. Yeah, the guy hiding in the woods is not hurting anyone.
We'll get him. Someday he'll have to come to ground.
Yeah, he's lower on the list. There's stuff higher on the list. He's down here.
Ethan Salter ramped a car off the bridge to fake his own death.
Fake his own death. I could have done that too. Yeah, but I don't.
Dan was a passenger.
Yeah, I'd have to have a body in it.
Poor Dan. He's always getting fucked up.
Poor Dan. Put Dan in it. There you go.
All right. Any final comments that you want to say about this before we go into our segment 2, which is going to be all about our thoughts on Heroes Unlimited?
Okay. As people were saying in chat, is this what you would call a superhero character? It all depends. What kind of level of criminal are you facing? Is it street level crime? Is it city level crime? Country? Planet? Galaxy? Well, obviously, I wouldn't say galaxy or planet, but he's definitely street or city level crime
Yeah.
appropriate. Like I said, he is a beginner daredevil. He's a dollar store daredevil. And Daredevil's been around for a long time, and a lot of really evil guys respect the shit out of him.
Also, real quickly, this popped in my head. Remember, each one of these power categories, experiment also, has level bonuses. I don't remember what they are, but we have a video on that. I'm sure we talked about in there, where at like levels 3, 5, 7, 9, whatever, the character is going to get more, where there's more skills, more capability.
More skills. Mutants sometimes get more powers. You'll get more secondary skills and all that good stuff. As you increase in level. So
If you want
you're only
high,
gonna get
powerful
better.
characters, Champions is your better game.
Yep.
So is is it Ascendant? Is that what it's called? I forget the new one that came out. There are definitely games more suited for Bessem, but again, that's kind of another point-based game like Champions. But those are much more catered to high-powered games. Heroes Unlimited is definitely higher power than the average person. It's even going to be, as you're going to find out starting next week, it's even higher power than After the Bomb. Definitely higher power than Ninjas and Super Spies. But it's not going to be your golden age Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
So yeah, I could have had a more powerful character if I went with the roll random superpowers table instead of the super soldier. But because it was a military organization, I just felt thematically it fit. And I could have gotten cool stuff. I could have gotten increased physical strength, increased physical prowess, increased attempted invulnerability. I could have gotten all kinds of cool stuff on that table. I just didn't. I just rolled and I didn't get it. But it happens. But yeah, that's it.
Right. Okay, well then, if you like this character, oops, I just scrolled the wrong thing. If you get off my computer, if you like this character creation segment here, minus the character sheet, we know this problem, but like he said, he's going to put it in Google Drive, or the slides in the Google Drive, and I'll make sure that link gets in the description. Please like, subscribe, and share, and yeah. Now, I'm going to tease you a little bit here. When we go into segment 2, we're going to give our overall thoughts of Heroes Unlimited as a whole. But you're going to have to wait for segment 2 for that, which is funny because actually the way the videos post throughout the week, they're going to see that before this one.
They're going to see segment 2
good
first.
job.
Yeah.
I'm glad you watched that video the other day that we posted on our thoughts of Heroes Unlimited. and there we go. So thank you very much for watching. That's it. I already said that, so we're done. Oh, nope. I don't edit these things. You're getting this all raw. Starting next week, After the Bomb. And it's going to be a bit of a struggle for me because, one, Heathen Dog doesn't like it, so he's going to be giving me crap the entire time. No. But two, there are only parts of this game. I'm a first edition or a revised edition Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles player. I have the original Orange Book After the Bomb. I have, Mutants of Yucatan, blah, blah, blah. There are things in this book I will never use in my games, but I have to cover them. And I have to talk about them, and I have to do it fair. So stay tuned. Starting next week, we'll have introduction world overview. After that, it's probably going to be how to make, the general how to make a character stuff that we do. And then it pretty much just goes down to making an animal, and there's not much more to it.
No. The animal's the hardest part, really.
Yeah, and that's just making a character like Heathen Dog did a moment ago with the...
But it's a lot more point-based than random rolls.
Only for the animal creation portion of it,
right? That's what I mean. Yeah. I mean,
you still roll your attributes. You still
roll your education, stuff, but you have to deal with this extra thing, which is point-based. You get pluses, minuses. You get a starting base, and then you get powers and abilities that you spend on. Yep. Whereas in Heroes Unlimited, you don't have that.
Oh, and in its new version, there are chimeras and mutant humans, and like I said, some things I would never allow, but I have to cover them, and you should know they're there because it might work for you in your game.